I was once asked why, as a feminist, I would support a man and not a woman. The answer was simple. Not because I'm a feminist means I only need to support women. On the contrary, as a feminist, I believe that my job is to vote for the candidate that empowers women the most. If the candidate happens to be a woman, great. But if it happens to be a man, does not mean I'm less of a feminist. In this case, my support goes to the only candidate that has been supporting women's issues for a very long time, and that is Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders is an enthusiastic advocate for women. He has consistently voted pro-choice and for the availability of contraception. He has long fought to protect women from domestic violence and sexual abuse, and promotes equal pay in the workforce. His main stances on women's rights are sexual and reproductive health. Women's bodies are theirs, and they deserve access to high-quality reproductive and sexual health care. In recent years, there has been a wave of legislation at the state level to take away women's rights to choose. Bernie believes in a woman's right to choose, and as such, firmly objects to such efforts and has co-sponsored and supported legislation to lift such restrictions. In addition, he supports increased funding for family planning and contraceptives. Bernie has been a vocal advocate for family planning and funding for contraceptives. In January 2009, he supported the Prevention First Act, which includes grants to states for family life education. These programs expand funding for family planning and access to contraceptives and are aimed toward teens to prevent unwanted pregnancies and STDs. Pay equity. Although much progress has been made in the areas of women's rights over the past century, women still earn significantly less than their male counterparts. Bernie unequivocally decries the gender pay gap and believes that women must receive equal pay for equal work. In a press statement from 2014, Bernie had this to say on pay inequity. Pay equity should not be a partisan issue, but instead an American issue of basic fairness. As such, one main goal of Bernie's presidential candidacy is pay equity for women workers. Women deserve equal pay for equal work. End of story. Sexual and domestic violence. Sexual and domestic violence must be addressed by strengthening the laws on stalking, allowing battered illegal immigrants temporary visas, and increasing funding for domestic violence programs. The rates of sexual and domestic violence against women in this country are both shocking and tragic. According to a 2010 report from the CDC, more than 1 in 3 women in the U.S. have experienced rape, physical violence, and are stalking by an intimate partner in their lifetime. According to the CDC, those who experience domestic violence or stalking are more prone to headaches, chronic pain, difficulty with sleeping, activity limitations, poor physical health, and poor mental health. Bernie believes that the rates of sexual and domestic violence against women and men are too high, and that much more has to be done. Bernie's support towards women is imminent, and that is why, because of this and many other reasons, this feminist is supporting and volunteering for Bernie Sanders. Thank you, and see you next time.